Welcome to Max's Garage Mahal. I've been asked to do something here. I'm going to try. And the reason why is I've got some stuff I need to fix and repair. And it's not like I had repaired these shoes about 11 times. I mean, I'm going to give you an idea how hard I'm going to make it on their product. As you can see, these are my daily drivers right here. And I have glued the soles back on here. I've patched the sides and the toe. I put it back on a time or two on that one. The left side. On the right side, as you can see, I've really had to do some repairs on the sole and glue that back up. And it's got some places here that just absolutely stitches. I mean, it's atrocious. So if they can fix that, I'll be amazed. Okay, so I thought also I'd bring another daily driver since they show this really beautiful couch right here, divan, sofa, whatever you'd like to call it. You know what? Let me do this. I'm not being a very good hostess, so I'm going to be the hostess with the mostest. I'm going to turn the light on. What can you see then? There you go. Ain't that pretty? I'd love to have one of them myself, but I don't. Actually, I do have one similar to this, but it's in brown, so I don't really want to ruin it and put black Restore Balm on it. This stuff is called Leather Recoloring Balm by DrTulz. So let's just see what's in the package. It comes with leather coloring balm, and there's about 75 milliliters. I don't know how many that is. Looks like about 2.5 ounces. Comes with a pair of leather gloves. I assume this is, let me put this belt down. I assume this is to put your balm in, I don't know. Or maybe it's a buffer. I bet that's a buffer probably, for buffing. We'll see. And it comes with the requisite, no, that's not what that's for. Anyway, and of course, the applicator. Now, I first thought when I saw this on their site that might be like a jack stand pad to keep your car from sliding off, but now that I see it, I don't believe that'd work. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's open this up and just look into it and see what we think. Because you're seeing it the first time I'm seeing it. I just got this out of the mail about 10 minutes ago. Gathered up the shoes, and I was trying to find a big black leather couch, but I didn't have one. And my office chairs, they're all brown as well. So it wasn't working out for me to bring you, this ain't good. I am not sticking my finger through that. Don't sound like I'm going to either. Tell you what, I've got right over here. I got my bench knife. Let's just open her up with that. Boy, it's black on that knife, all right. Ooh, it looks watery. I don't know how this is going to work out for us. So let's just see what we can figure out here. Look at that. Would you look at that? All right, we're going to have to be careful this time, because that's going to get on everything. All right, so I've got a towel or two over here. And you know what I always say, waste not, want not, so we're not going to waste that. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. And I got my doggy pad, my puppy trainer down here. Let me loosen this just a little bit so you can see amongst it down here better. See, I got my puppy trainer here. Now, I'm going to turn this down a little bit just so y'all can see it. I'm going to lock that down because you know how bad I am about forgetting to do that. And then y'all can't see because you pointed right down to the floor. All right, let's take the very worstest one here, and that's this one right here. Oh, and by the way, we're going to go versus DrTulz versus Kiwi leather dye. Now, I use this a lot. And the reason for that is because I'm tough on my shoes and boots and all kinds of stuff that down to dirt. And I have a tendency to make them look bad. And after while building that hot rod wheel standing motorcycle in there. I tore these shoes up, drastically tore them up. So what I did is I brought a belt long enough to go around my waist. We know that's a long way. So we're going to try to do half that belt with the DrTulz. And as I always do with that belt and everything else I got that's black. And you can see it's been a good while, but it still leaves a pretty good shine. We're going to try it with that DrTulz and just see which one y'all think is the bestest. And that's not asbestos, that is the bestest. So here we go. Now first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on this toe because I got it on a knife right there. And we're going to try to move that around a little bit with this. I don't know if that's the way to do that or not, but that's the way we're going to do it. Now I'm going to get over here, I'm going to get some more out of that aluminum foil we cut out. I'm going to smear it around. It's already taken longer to do than it does with that oh, what's it called, that Kiwi dye over there, because you can just, it's got its own applicator. And you probably, I'm pretty sure, Rutro, I knew I was going to end up doing that. I probably done burnt my doggone studio table here. No, it's coming off, but it's wanting to leave some stuff behind. Okay, so I ain't read no instructions. I didn't read any of that stuff. You know, I'm just going to try it here and see what it comes down to and how it's going to look. And I know you got a buff on that. I did see on their side, I did see a real short little video. You rub off a lot of it, I can see that. And it looks a little dull here. So let's get this stuff right here. Of course, now I understand this stuff here, this DrTulz, is supposed to restore the coloration of your, and it does say you may need to use more than one coat of that. So with that said, we'll try that on that thing, on that shoe. Now here we push down on this thing here, on this applicator to get it wet. So there we go. I don't know if y'all are timing that, but somebody, if you go back and do that for me and let me know in the comments below how long it took me to do that. But give it a couple of seconds to dry. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hold these suckers up here, and you're going to tell me which one you think is the shiniest. That's the Kiwi. This is the DrTulz. Now, is one blacker than the other, or is it just shinier than the other? That's going to be one of the questions also. So I know we need to let that dry. All right, so here we're going to go here. How y'all like that double here there? That's a here and there. I like it. So we're going to take this little brush and we're going to start right in here on one side. You see, I can see it, can y'all? We're going to fill in them holes there on it where the black is missing. Hope this don't get all over my clothes, because you know what, I don't wear black clothes a whole lot, unless you're talking about this. But that's charcoal. I think charcoal, is that black or is that charcoal, is that gray? Alright, this is going to take a while with an applicator, looks like. So let's do this. Let's get some spots that's got, whoa, got it on me. I've done got it on me, but I ain't got gloves on, so that's my fault. Alright, so here we go. As we can see, there is a need for this to be blacked right down through there. Let's come on down here. Move our hand down a little bit. Look at this right down through here. Y'all see that okay? I don't think I got it pointed towards you just right. Now, can you see the face of this thing? Right here. As you can see along the face and the top, the black, my belt loops have just wore it off. So let's go in here Again, I know you can't see that because I'm not a very good camera person. And I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing than what y'all are seeing. I'm pretty sure of that. So that's never a good thing. Alright. It's going up here a little ways. Go back to where we started. Try to get these cracked areas filled in. I was trying to stay off the stuff that's already black because that's just going to make it shiny. And that's not what this is about. We want to restore the color. Alright. Now then, I'm going to get over here and try to wipe off that extra on the face because we don't want to cheat here. Alright. Now then, here we go. And as you can see, here's where we come down to and did the black on the top. We did the black on half of the inside right in here, from there over. Now we're going to do over here. I mean, it does not take any time for this one, but is the time saving, is that what we're after, or are we after a long, really long period that the coloration remains? And I'll be honest with you, I like this stuff to last a long time, and hopefully, let's see, we have to go all the way down to right here. So I'm going to put my fingers right there. I'm going to come over here in front of you, and I'm going to do this right here. Alright, did I get it all? I believe I did. Alright, let's check both sides. Alright, still got my fingers in the same place, right there. Okay, so I'm going to go down. This is the side we just did. Alright, as you can see, we stopped right there. Alright, now, we stopped right here. Let's flip this over. And, alright, we're going to go back. So, which one took the longest time? Now, okay, I'm going to wipe off again the excess on both of them that got on the face, because we don't want that face to be a part of your judgment. My face is okay if you want to use that for judgment, because you know, after all, I can't help it because I'm pretty. I saw that. I heard that too. Look here, I'm done running my stool down here. Okay, so there that is. Now then, let's take this. Let's go ahead and make sure everything that's wet is now dried off a little bit. Alright, let's get in here and let's buff on this, which that, by the way, I think that also partially helps push that Balm, DrTulz, down into the leather surface or the pores. And with this over here, you don't have to do that because it saturates. On this side it saturates, and you can see the back side here where it gets on around and it rolls over because the foam rolls over it. And as you can see, I came down to the same place on both sides, or both the Tulz and the Kiwi. So that's why they give you the gloves. It may not saturate my leather, but it's going to saturate my skin. So don't worry about that. It'll wash off, and if it don't, you'll die with it, and that's not a big thing, because you know what? At least they say you're doing something. Okay, now let's go back here to the that's not quite dry. Alright, so I'll tell you what, let's do. I don't want to turn this camera off, and I'm not sure that that's going to dry really quickly, so I'm going to turn this on. I don't know how to take that camera and do that fast forward thing, so I'm not going to. But what I am going to do, I'm going to turn the fan on. I'm going to let it blow on this stuff over here and let this dry a little while. I'll flip it around the opposite the way you've been seeing it. Let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to put a second coat of DrTulz on here. Actually, I'm going to buff that probably without any more and just see if that shines up. and we'll let this dry up, and I'll buff while y'all are watching, and I may just speed this up mechanically, or not mechanically, fast forward it when I'm editing, but I will not turn the camera off. So let's go. DrTulz, and Kiwi. Now, bear in mind, this was a liquid, and it is also a dye, and it's got some sort of chemical in it to make it shine. So what are we concerned with here? Are we concerned with the shine as much? It's almost dry. Are we concerned with the shine more than the depth of penetration to the length of time it stays on? I want it to stay on as long as possible. I love the shine, gotta give it that. But let's face it, let's say that this stuff over here actually does penetrate deeper, and it's still got some spots here where I guess I spilled some oil and stuff on it, so I didn't wash it off, and that was to do a test, and I have to say that it removed most of that. So it also removed some of those stains I've got on there, so it's doing a really good job. Now again, of course, you got to have the requisite phone call. I'll have to call them back. Let's go ahead and see if we can polish on that with this as well. That dulls it up. I was afraid of that. Now let's go back and polish it again. Here we go. I don't know why I don't learn to turn that phone off, so that when you're in the studio and the camera's rolling, you don't have to hear that. But hey, you know what? So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give this DrTulz a thumbs up. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it does seem to really get in there and get that color on there. Let's go back down here. Did we polish on this? I don't think we did. So let's go ahead and do that. Can you see what I'm doing? Let's go down the sides. And I don't think there's any way that we're going to make this shiny, because that's not, it no longer has that buff edge to it, polished edge. Okay, here is the DrTulz right there. We're going to go real slowly and go down it. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that. If I get this beard in here, maybe you can see it better. Boy, all y'all needed was my beard. Okay, what do you think? On this side, and over here is the dye on this side. So I'm giving the DrTulz here. I'm giving the DrTulz. Wait a minute. Now this is the Kiwi. This is the DrTulz, and apparently I did not. I'm gonna have to go back, and that's my fault. I didn't get that covered. So bear with me for a second. I don't know if I can do this since it's backwards. I almost said a dirty word. I know that y'all really don't care if I do. Now, let's see if I got that on there. Where'd y'all go? I still don't have it down in there, do I? Oh, we're looking at the bottom side. Duh. I didn't do the bottom. I didn't do the bottom side. That's my fault again. So forget that. I done screwed y'all up. Alright, let me wipe that off because we don't need that. And I'm going to wipe quite a bit of it off. Then I'm going to buff it. Alright, I think. Here we go. Right there is the DrTulz on this side. Over here is the Kiwi. And y'all keep seeing the bottom side. What y'all need to see is the top. So, I'm saying the DrTulz in this particular situation really did a nice job. Okay? Alright, so here is my seclusion. And it's seclusion instead of conclusion because conclusion is too close to, you know what, that's going to be a bad joke, so we're not going to use that. Because if you ever had a conclusion, your brain don't work right. I've heard some of the comments, so I don't give y'all any food for that. So, I believe, as far as getting the color on, if you want a varying stage of shine, I'm going to say go with the DrTulz to get your color into the leather. And then if you want a polished look to it, rather than making it look like this Kiwi, one thing I've always disliked about it is this looks like real leather right in here. The old original Kiwi stuff right here, you see that spot right in there? That just looks too plastic and it doesn't look like it. It looks like you're trying to duplicate patent leather. And what man is going to wear patent leather? I mean, any man worth his salt ain't going to be seen dead in that stuff. So, anyway, wait a minute, I'm about there. So, my last hope is y'all don't find me dead and put me in patent leather. Don't do that, okay? So, with all that said, I'm going to tell you that this DrTulz, which you can pick up in Amazon, probably eBay, and Walmart maybe, and some other stores. This DrTulz seems to be a pretty good product, and it looks to me like it's going to go quite a ways. I'm going to use it. I'm going to get out a little foam brush applicator, you know, like these little narrow paint brushes made out of foam. I'm going to try that on a couple other things and just see how that works. But that stuff goes on.